Hello, YouTube, and whatever else other platform this gets posted on. James here, Brown's Mowing and Property Management. It's been a couple years since I've done a video, honestly, and I just thought, man, it's time to get back into this. So, this one's a little bit different. We do a lot of lawn care and landscaping. That's what we started in, and we got to the point where we needed to expand and go into different avenues because there were so many requests. So we do a lot of handyman type work, mainly commercial. We still kind of designate it as handyman type work because it's just tons of jobs, lots of small jobs that just add up over time. So what I wanted to do today was do a little truck tour on what I've put together over the course of some time here and many different variations and so on. So I'm going to flip you around now and we're going to walk through the truck. Okay, what we have is a 2016 Ford F350 with the 6.7 Power Stroke. It's the XLT model, so it's got like carpet floors and all that jazz, but it's just a basic work truck, guys. Very basic. It's not got the big screens or anything like that. It's just a real solid, heavy work truck, especially for what we do with, sometimes we're pulling dump trailers, lawn care trailer, any other piece of equipment that I've got to do, skid steer, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to kind of walk through this and when I'm doing my research on what I call my research on YouTube, stealing ideas and stuff. I mean, all the best ideas are stolen. Sometimes they're new ones, but I didn't see a whole lot of like handyman type truck tours that really showed layouts and such. So I'm going to walk through mine. So usually I drive this truck probably 95% of the time that it's on the road. We drive 300 to 500 miles a day depending on where we're going and how far we're stretching out that day. We work for a couple major corporations and do a lot of storage facilities. So everything from abandoned goods to drywall repairs to fence repairs to a light electrical, light plumbing, so on and so forth. So anyway, usually just me in this truck. Frequently though, there is a second person. I have a second person with me. So on this side of the truck is just kind of the door pockets and stuff are just kind of open for theirs. We got a couple of those sweat absorber things in there and some hand sanitizer and some various gloves and some glass wipes for windows and mirrors and such. But then of course it's just a standard XLT interior. Carpet floors. I did put the weather guard mats in, and you're going to see through this video this I did not clean up the truck. This is how it operates all the time. So there's chainsaw blade, a new chainsaw chain laying there. There's sharpening kit over there because we do a lot of landscaping stuff still. But behind the seat, what you're going to find, this is where I keep my Milwaukee 18 gauge brad nailer, an extra sweatshirt, a pair of earmuffs, and the framing nailer is over behind the driver's seat. I just keep those in here because there's just not a good way that I've found to store them. So anyway, let's start on the passenger side. I have a Lear truck top, which is a contractor truck topper. It's got toolboxes on both sides. This has worked out fantastic for us. I've done many different types of trucks and many different layouts, and quite honestly, this is what I prefer, is a truck with a topper. It gets all my stuff on there and that I need on a daily anyway. So on this side, we keep I just used an old nail bucket, store all my caulk in and such, and there's a toggle bolt kit and for hanging pictures and TVs and whatnot. I keep my Milwaukee M18 6.5 circular saw, the caulk gun and stuff, and some extra blades up there for the saw. And some respirator masks and some various tapes. And then here's my tools that I use less frequently. I've got the Milwaukee 1/2-inch impact in there. And this gray shelf was in here when I got the topper. I bought the topper used. If you don't know, these toppers, anywhere, paint matched, they can be anywhere from $2,800 to $4,000. I bought this one for $600, and it was already the right color of my truck. So I was like, yep, getting that. So back to my less frequently used tools. There's the Milwaukee one-handed sawzall, a Milwaukee grinder, and a Milwaukee oscillating tool, all M18 stuff. And I keep some shims up there and a little bit of flashing. Wasp and hornet spray, you got to keep that on both trucks. Never know what we're getting into. Here's my lubricants and such. We do a lot of door springs on storage units, so we're constantly spraying the springs and the tracks and so on. Also do a lot of like drywall repairs, ceiling repairs and such. So this stuff kills upshot. Oh yeah, fantastic. Covering up an old water stain or something of that nature. And I keep a couple cans of just black spray paint, you know, if we've got to fix one of the ornamental fences or something. I keep a mud pan for drywall, a couple drywall repair clips. There's a couple putty knives on the bottom, and I just have it attached with magnets, just little rare earth magnets. That way it's not sliding all over the place and stuff. Keep it simple. But that's pretty much all that lives in this side. I try to keep it very organized because there is not a bigger time killer than looking for tools. So I try to keep everything very organized. Every weekend I spend at least 30 minutes or so cleaning it all out. So anyway, that's the passenger side. Now we're going to move around to the bed, which I have opted to use as my tool truck, or my basically my entire tool collection. Not really, I've got 3 trucks, but whatever. So what we have back here is a bed slide. It's the big version, the 1000, well, not the biggest one they make, but it's the 1000 CL 8-foot bed slide. And what I've done is we frequently need ladders and such, and I'm just not a fan of putting a ladder rack up there, because I do like to still go through the car wash every now and again to keep the truck clean. But I may be doing that in the near future. I mean, that may change because I've seen a lot of benefits to it, and I could regain a lot of space in here. So anyway, let's walk through the passenger side of my bed slide. If you don't know about bed slides, it's the 1000 CL version. It's basically just a roller ball bearing. It's got a release right here, and it just slides this entire system up into your truck. So this side I have placed, I built all these wood shelves and cubbies and such, and then I put my less used items over here. So like we do plumbing repairs and such. So I've got a plumbing box that's full of PEX stuff and different valves, so on and so forth. Tapcom box, and behind the Tapcom box is more PEX stuff. There's some shark bites in there for a quick repair, something we got to fix right now and then come back. Keep a jack. This is just a regular car jack. It's the mini version we do a lot of golf cart repairs too. So, and over on this side I just built a little cubby, and we change out a lot of storage unit hasps. So I've got a bunch of storage unit hasps. My knee pads live over here. Some door seal for placing on the concrete, and then a little parts bin with extra nuts and bolts for the hasps. And then we've got the an extra door handle in here, and then this is just some extra rivets that I just utilized the old DeWalt thing. Rivet gun kit and everything is down on the bottom of that. We do some rivet repairs and such on these units. So, and there's a hole saw kit in this pack out. I just basically took one of their hole saw kits, put it into a pack out, and then put all my extra hole saws in here with some extra arbors and such. So then next is my electrical box, just random variety of electrical items. And then moving on back, I built a little wash station, the Sure Can with the spout, for a little hand wash station. So we just roll this out and can wash our hands. Cleanliness is very important for us. A little soap in the back. And then as of right now, I still have a compressor on my truck, because I haven't gotten all battery operated tools yet. So I still have a few things that we use a compressor for. I still need to get a battery operated compressor to blow up like golf cart tires, truck tires, trailer tires, whatnot. And then I keep a little extra small bucket here, just an old reused bucket. And then my little giant 8-foot fold out A-frame that will extend out to, I think it's like 13 foot, small extension ladder. So that's in there. And up on top, it just sits up there. That's just a weather seal for weather stripping along the bottom of these storage unit doors. And then tucked back inside the box, you can see this topper is all carpet lined, which makes it really nice. I mean, it just looks nicer and presents well. So caper roll, paper towel, gloves, and over here clamped to the side of the bed, I just have a couple clamps that, you know, we keep in here for odd quick grab things. So moving around, this side I've got set up with the pack out trays and pack out boxes. I'm yet to get my drawer systems purchased, but I will be. In the center, in the dead space, I keep a couple kneeling mats, my broom, my T-square sitting here, and I just put a little L bracket. It's a Simpson strong tie L bracket for joists or whatnot. I just screwed that to the thing and put a little screw down here, and it holds my T-square in place perfectly. So the Gorilla ladders, like I said before, we do a lot of door springs. So most of these doors are right at 8 foot tall. So there's usually 2 guys when we're doing door springs. So we keep the couple Gorilla ladders. These are freaking fantastic. I love them. The guys love them. They're super light. They're aluminum, and they have that big tray on them. I've got 2 more in the other truck that just have a fold out tray as opposed to something you have to put on. Those are fantastic as well, but these were the updated ones. So, and behind the Gorilla ladders, you can see that hook back there. That's a drawer. I had some dead space back there, so I just took a big dowel rod, put a hook on it, and I just grab a hold of that drawer, get it right out to me. It slides effortlessly. I keep extra door springs and stuff in there. That's what we use. Like, if we're going to change door springs on a storage unit, we're taking those 2 ladders out anyway. So I thought, man, I'm going to utilize that 30 inches that's behind it, build a little drawer. So that's what I did. And then I just push it all the way to the back. So back to this side. This little cubby here, I just kind of built just a long storage tray, basically, just out of some 1x. And guys, this is not like expensive stuff. This is all, you know, what is that, 1/2 inch ply. I think the big part, this part's 3/4, because I needed the strength to hang the boxes on over here, but the rest of this is just 1/2 inch ply. Everything's sitting flat on them, and you don't need that additional strength. So This is just some 1x stuff. I built a cubby for some long storage, as you can see. This is unfiltered. This is raw and uncut. This we just got back working last night, and I parked the truck, and that was it. Extra hitch in here, some random couple items, you know. These are tied down. That's a tie down with the E-clip for my small trailer when I have to transport golf carts. And then some fuel. I keep a spare can of fuel just in case I have to help the guys doing lawn care, weed eating, trimming, blowing, whatever. And then we keep there's a toilet tool in here for unclogging tools, my big demo bar. And then we use these 2x2s down here in the bottom. I use those to strap drywall up in units sometimes. If it got a piece of drywall that's just popped a couple nails and it needs that side put back up, we just use a piece of strap and put it back up, and we're good to go. Piece of all thread for various different repairs. There's a straight edge ruler in here, and a door closer. You know, I always keep a few things on the truck. Not a lot, but I keep a few things, general use stuff. So, and then on the top of the deck, I put the mounting plates for the pack outs. Now, the idea is ultimately, oops, sorry about the sun. Ultimately, I'm going to put the drawer systems on this. But sorry about the close-up there. I was zoomed in, didn't realize it. Screw boxes. These are my everyday use screws. Like, we're constantly in and out of this box. That's why it's at the back and there's nothing on top of it. So when I get the drawer system, this drawer system that's back here on this plate will have all these screws in it, and then probably my metal screws. We'll consolidate these down to one. This is a door spring tool kit. Basically, it has pipe wrenches and pliers and some extra cotter pins and nuts and bolts and such. As I said, we do a lot of golf cart repairs, so we keep an extra tire and rim on the truck. These storage facilities that we go to, they have many of them have golf carts, so they constantly get flat tires. So I just keep one and I just rotate them out. All the Easy Goes are all the same size, so we just rotate them out. And over here in the last stack, this is my least used box, nails. We don't use nails hardly for anything. It's mainly screws, but there are times that I've had to go to this box, so I keep it on the truck. This is one of the pack out crates, obviously, or two of them. This one is electrical stock, and this just has some like extra plugs and you know, pieces of wire. There's maybe 20 foot or so of 12-2 in there. There's some 14-2. It's a little bit of there's just random electrical things that we can do quick repairs, replacing a light fixture, so on and so forth. And this one is plumbing stock. So that has my basically my my glues and cleaners and my PEX tool and cutters and so on. It's just a variety of random stuff that just doesn't really dictate needing an organized tray to separate everything. Because if I'm doing a plumbing repair, if I grab this tote, I have pretty much everything I need minus the materials. So moving on back, as you can see on this side, like I said, I still help sometimes. And yes, this is just a cheap freaking Royal King string or Tractor Supply or something, but I just threw an extra roll on here, so I've got some on this truck in case I gotta help with trimming or whatnot, and I do frequently. So these Tough Built bags, I love these things. If you don't know about these, they're on Amazon and Lowe's, I believe. They're just a little clip system. I mounted a clip up there on the wall, and then this is the bag that's mostly empty all the time. I do have one of my Picas in there, extra pair of little steel cutters, and there's a little spool of line, and then I just keep a clip in just about every bag, so you can just take that clip, throw it on your belt, and away you go. I load this with screws or nails or whatever I'm using, and it's right there on my hip, and I've got a pencil on me at all times. So down in here, this Milwaukee bag is just full of ratchet straps and bungees and so on. And then up in the top, I don't know, yeah, you'll see that PEX. So there's a piece of blue PEX and there's a piece of red PEX over here. And I just kind of put those up in the very top of the topper. They sit on top of the toolboxes. They've ridden there for like 8 months, just fine, never fell. So don't have to have all the tubes and the specialty things and so on and so forth. So, all right, so that is the bed slide portion. And when I need to, for instance, I keep some extra springs in a tote. Like yesterday, we were traveling and didn't know what size we'd need, so we took a bunch of the springs out of the other truck, threw them in a toter. I just set it right there, no problem. And little boat winch. I use this with my little 10-foot trailer. If I have a golf cart that has dead batteries and I got to revive those batteries or take the cart to get them replaced, whatever, I can hook this right to my little 10-foot trailer, crank it right up, pulls a dead golf cart up, no problem. So that just kind of lives right there because I don't really have a good spot for it, but it works. It sits there. Now I will tell you guys, this thing is freaking heavy. This particular bed slide is rated for 1,000 pounds. But with all this wood and stuff on it, and then I added a wood deck on top of it, so I had a secure mounting location, it's really heavy. But it slides back in like butter if I can do it with one hand. Well, I can't. Hang on just a second, I'm going to set you down. All right, well, you guys fell, but that's okay. So, doing it with one hand, just push it in and it just glides. I just hold the lock open and that bad boy just glides right in where it goes. Normally, this 5-gallon bucket is on top of that white bucket. I always keep a 5-gallon and then a smaller bucket, sink repair, whatever. But we just did a job where we had to remove 27 outlets from hallways and whatnot. So that was full and I got to empty those out. But that's the bed slide, that's the back of the truck. I don't really have room for a lot of materials, so like sheet goods and so on and so forth, but I don't carry those on a daily. I carry all the small materials and that's that. If I need sheet goods or whatnot, I have my little 10-foot, my little 6 or 5 by 10 trailer that I can hook to the truck and pick up sheet goods or whatever, or I have a dump trailer or an enclosed trailer, 2 enclosed trailers, whatever. So on to the driver's side, and I'm going to try to keep you out of the sun here. This is a bad angle, but in the driver's side, more of the Tough Built tool system bags. This bag is kind of a miscellaneous. It's a kind of a layout bag, if you will. Razor, my Craig jig for setting trimmer on doors and windows and such. Chalk line. There's a little Weehaw bit kit that actually belongs in this one. I have a compass over here and then an extra screwdriver that's got a multi-bits on it. Up in the corner, a Fat Ivan door stop. Those are wonderful. If you guys haven't seen these, they are fantastic. You just open it up and that hook goes over top of the door and then it holds the door open for you. So my little sighting tool, I just keep hanging right there, and some extra razor blades and such over here in the corner. I have my Klein multimeter here in the bag. I use this frequently, so it just kind of lives right there. It's tucked up out of the way. I'm a fan of Milwaukee, obviously, so I built just a little shelf to hang these on. This is going to get redone. This actually sucks. It's got these really cool mounts. I'm sure you guys have seen them. They're all over eBay and Amazon and everything else, but they're 3D printed mounts. I think these are actually plastic. They're from another company, but are just regular molded plastic, injection molded. But the drills just slide on. Now, the problem with my layout is as I'm going down the road and this thing is bouncing and a shaking and a shooping, since all the weight is at the top and there's nothing really hard against it, they just slide off. they slide off, and I open up the tool bin and they're laying in the bottom like this. So I'm gonna redo that, but whatever. I digress. Electrical bag. It's a little overfilled, but I've yet to be able to clean it out because every time I pull this bag out, I will use all these various items. So got the little circuit tester, make sure things are alive or dead, another razor blade, some linemen, some Nipix needle nose, like I said, the Weehaw, one of those fancy outlet cover screwdrivers, and then a variety of this is a nut driver multi-kit, and this is the screwdriver thing, and this is one of their, if you haven't seen that thing works fan-freaking-tastic for putting those bits in. See, it's got, I don't know if you can pick that up, but it's got like a star, complete star bit. So it goes in one of the little outlet or plate covers that has the Phillips and slotted position. That just grabs it so much better. So anyway, this bag is, it's kind of a catch-all. I'm just gonna say it is. As you can tell, I've got a square in there, and I've got my other square in there, and then a couple squares, some cutters, another kit, or a clip rather, for my belt, and then I've got my, whoops, that goes over there. I've got my metal tools, some benders, some cutters, and so on, and then a fencing tool. We do a lot of fence repairs at these storage units and such. This is my grab bag, my everyday bag. This bag comes out of the truck almost every single job, but it's just got drill bits and some other bits in here, some zip ties and so on, and just a variety of hand tools, cutters, pliers, adjustable. It's got a little baby pipe wrench in there, flush cut, screwdrivers, all kinds of things. Markers, pens, pencils. These are the two most common, for us anyway, most common used sizes on, you know, taking hasp bolts off and other bolts and such that we do. So that's my grow bag. And then, you know, we've got some more wall anchors. If I go into someone's house and a picture and they need hung or something, I've got something right there. I don't have to go back to the truck. These are just the lightweight ones, like I think they're 50 pounds or something like that. But then there's a stud finder in there as well, just one of the magnetic types and such. So keep a little magnetic 1 foot level in there, just kind of lives up there. And I just noticed my scissors, I have some crescent scissors that I use for a lot of stuff. Looks like the little nut just came off, because here's the other half, so I have to find that nut down in there. But the top tray, this is for my batteries and such. So I've got my M12 batteries. This is by no means all my batteries, so don't come at me. I've got a lot of batteries. This is what's not in being charged or whatnot. M12 batteries, M18 batteries. All I have on this truck is Milwaukee, so that's all I keep on this truck. The other truck has Milwaukee and DeWalt stuff. So the big boy, in case I need to really get after something. And then I've got my M12 light, and then all my M18 batteries. I usually keep about 10 batteries on the truck. There's usually 1 or 2 laying up here, so they're right next to my drill, and then all the charged ones and such. This area here is just for blades and bits and so on. I do have, this is, I grabbed another bucket of wire nuts to refill my box, and that just got set in there because I was at I think Home Depot or something. So but this is Sawzall blades, grinder blades, concrete blades. There's a little wire wheel for cleaning some things up. This is a precision, just a cheap precision cobalt plier and screwdriver kit. So it's got little tiny pliers and screwdrivers. A couple lights. These things are freaking awesome. We go into storage units and it's dark in there, and we got to change a spring. We can screw this right into their light bulb fixture, and it's like, I don't know, it's some ridiculous number, like 2,000 lumens or something like that. But saves us from using all of our battery power. We just keep them on the truck. Some extra black tape that needs to go back in the electrical supply, step bits, and this is oscillating tool bits. There's some concrete stakes we were using on actually on my son's wedding for something that's staking down some stuff. So all my tape measures and such, and back here I keep, and this is it guys, it's raw and uncut. We're not cleaning anything. My M12 impact, my M12 drill, my M12 socket wrench, ratchet, right? We use that on the door springs and such. So that's the driver's side. And then up here on the driver's side, sorry about the light, the sun is very bright right now. Like I said, behind the seat this is the butt end of my framing nailer, pair of leather gloves, mainly because it's diesel, and a lot of those truck stops I stop at, diesel spilled all over the handles and everything else. So, and then I just have a backup camera I bought from this came from Best Buy actually, and it just mounts over top of your mirror, and it has a forward-facing camera as well. This was awesome. Forward-facing camera. I don't know if you can see that. You can't see it, but anyway, it's got a forward-facing camera and a backup camera, and you can just switch between, put an SD card in it, and it records 24/7 as long as it's on. I have mine set to a switch right here that's just plugged in, so I just turn it off and boom. I don't take a chance to kill my battery. So, in this door, just random stuff, business cards, a couple headlamps, a little cheap cologne that I keep in there for going into somebody's house. I've been working all day. Some cough drops, some smell good stuff for the truck. Yeah, I know there's a wallet there, but there's nothing in it. There's literally rewards cards in that from all these freaking random rewards cards that I have. Some extra batteries, some band-aids and such. This is a repair kit for a faucet that I got to fix. A koozie, and then behind the seat we have, like I said, my framing nailer and another first aid kit. So just a standard cab XLT F350. This has been a fantastic truck so far. I love it. So that's my tool truck tour. I got some ideas for a couple other videos I'm going to post if you guys want to see them. But I've got another truck that's set up very similar to this, only it has the decked box in it. And then we're going to build a shelf and stuff, and I think I've got an idea for a video in the future for that. And then we got, you know, lots of other, I've got a tool trailer that keeps all of my overflow, like my table saw, my big miter box, my 7 1/4 trim saw, and all my other routers and sanders and all that stuff. The stuff that I don't use every day stays in the tool trailer, and then whenever we're going to go do a remodel job or whatever, I can just hook up to the tool trailer and I have everything I could possibly need. So anyway, thanks for watching. Give it a big thumbs up if you will. I'm going to try to get back into these videos. I'm going to try to make a valiant effort to do it frequently. And yes, there's a little bit of rust on my truck. That's okay. Truck's based out of Canada. But anyway, I'm going to try to continue to upload at least once a week, doing some different content of us fixing some things and whatnot. And you know, if you guys want to see that kind of stuff, well, like and subscribe. So all right, until the next video, y'all have a great week.